Hi, in this video I will show you how to externally control Test Builder from your own automation framework. As you may know, you can find in the user guide of Director 2 the list of all ticket commands that can be used to control each parameters of Core ACE and AZ Player from your own automation framework. If I go to the user guide, you can see here all the different ticket commands that you can use. For example, I could change the frequency of my generator from my GUI. I just need to come here and to apply it. But I could do the same thing from the tickle command. I first need to open my tickle shell, and to open my package require Azimuth SDK. Now I can just type ACE set frequency C1, which is the name of my channel emulator, and put a different frequency. And you can see that it changed here. So this is a way to control all the features of Director 2 from your automation framework. So you can create full scenarios from your framework. But to make it user-friendly and much easier to use, we have created Test Builder, which allows you to do the same thing but in a faster and easier way, just by dragging and dropping predefined modules. So if I go to Test Builder, you can here create all your scenarios for Core ACE and AZ Player in a really easy way. So you can now enjoy the ease of use of Test Builder and launch, pause, stop, abort or schedule all your scenarios from your framework. It will considerably reduce the time you need to create and control the test cases you want to run on your channel emulator. You can find this API you need to control Test Builder in the user guide in Test Scheduler API part. So if I click on it, you can see here for each tickle command the parameter you can apply. For example, if I want to run this test I've created under tutorial everything quick from an automation framework, I could just open my tickle shell and write ts qtest and put here the path to my scenario. And if now I go to Test Scheduler, I can see that my everything quick scenario is ready to run and just start running. I could also apply some parameters such as selecting on which device I want to play this scenario and when do I want to play it. And then you have command to stop this test, abort this test, pause this test, and get the status of this test, if it's running, done, or in the queue. In addition to this tickle command, we've developed a tool which allows you to change the values of the input parameters of each module used in your Test Builder script. In other words, if I use, for example, this script and I want to control it from my automation framework via the TCL APIs, you don't want to come back here in each module every time you want to change a single input. For example, you want to change the destination of your ping, you want to put another website, or you want to change the YouTube video, or in another script it could be that you want just to change the frequency of your channel emulator. For each of this modification, you don't want to come back to Test Builder, but you want to be able to do it from your own automation framework. To help you with this issue, we've created a tool called Global Parameter. Global Parameter will take all the inputs of your script and put them into a CSV file that you can then easily modify from your automation framework. Let's take an example. Here we have this ping, so with two inputs, the destination and timeout, and the YouTube with also the YouTube video and the timeout. So we will create a CSV file with these 4 inputs. So first we need to open an Excel file. and we will put the name of the parameter. So for the ping parameters, I will call these parameters, I will call it just ping, and you will take the value google.com, and I have to say if it's a string, an integer, or a password. In this case it's a string. Then I will do the same thing for the timeout. I will put a value of 9,000, and this one is an integer. Then I will do the same thing for the YouTube video, and the timeout of the YouTube video. So this one will be a string, and this one is an integer, so I will put to 10,000. The YouTube video, I want the ID of the YouTube video, that I will put here. So now I have my 4 input parameters, their value, and if they are a string or an integer. I can then save this CSV file on my desktop. Now that I have created my CSV file, I will go to take these global parameters. So I will clone it, because I have to change these outputs. So here is output global parameter 1 and output global parameter 2, and I will change the name. I will put the name I just put in my CSV file. So the first one was ping, and I will put the same name for the TCL command. And the second one was timeout ping, which is a string, and timeout string. And I need to add 2 other output for the YouTube video. The first one will be called and timeout YouTube, and the same name for the tickle command. And just for ping, there is no capital P. So now I have all the input I want for my CSV file, so I can just save it. I will save it as tuto, and it's here my copy of my global parameter. I didn't change the name of the module, so I can just put it on top. And here I need to give him the path of my CSV file. So he's on my desktop, and it's called tutorial.csv. So now, instead of putting this fixed value for this in destination of my ping, I can just go to the drop down menu and select ping. For the timeout, I will select ping timeout. For the YouTube video, I will select YouTube, and for the timeout of the YouTube video, timeout YouTube. So now, the next time I will play this scenario, I won't need to come back here to change the value. I could just open the CSV file from my automation framework and modify this value from there. Also, that maybe now everything is created, I can just go to test scheduler to schedule it as I would have done with a tickle command. And when I drag and drop it, I can see that now I have these windows which ask me if I want to change the value of each of these parameters. If I decide to change this value, it will only apply the new value to this run of the test. I can just click OK, and now it asks me as usual when I want to play this file and on which devices. And then you are ready to play. So these global parameters, it's a really good solution to help you to do everything from your automation framework, change other parameters without having to come back to Test Builder. I hope this was useful for you. Thank you.